All right, guys, we are back. Denial versus Mythic about to start up here, and we just saw, I don't know if you guys were able to, Mr. Producer, did they see the knife round or no? All right, so you guys missed the knife round. It was actually Relic and Flom in a 1v1 there, and Relics was able to pull it out. So that means Denial will be starting on that CT side, the oh-so-favorite side, as we're here on Inferno. This is the round of... It's the quarterfinals, is it not? It's the quarterfinals. Quite positive it's the quarterfinals. I'm going to make sure that I'm correct in that saying. But regardless, I am Sprawl by my side. It's going to be Bach, and it is the quarterfinals. Yes, nailed it. All right. Cool, but yeah, we're just waiting for this game to get started off here. They just finished the knife round. We believe they're going to be readying up and starting the match in just a moment here.
I'm very excited to see these two teams play. I haven't actually had a chance to cast Mythic yet. You know, Denial, their players have played in our tournaments, but I've never actually done the whole team until, you know, the last match. But I've never casted Mythic. I'm very excited with what Mythic has shown so far. I think they are trending upwards right now. They have a very talented Alper and Flom, very experienced Rifle and Anger. So they have a lot of, and then obviously Hades, one of the best in-game leaders in North America, very underrated. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
Should be good as we're about to start this match. Like we said, Denial on that CT side. We saw Mythic play earlier, myself and Chewer were casting, but it was 5 picking versus Mythic, and Mythic definitely had their way with them. So not a heck of a lot to honestly extrapolate from that match, but we're live here in Pistol Round. We've got Kit on Valens on the CT side, Armor on 3 of the players. It's going to be Flowsick with an upgraded pistol and an HE, but lots of noise happening mid. Sanksington making a frag happen early here. Going to get a second there. Is automatic. Make that 3 as it's all up to Abe and Hades. Things not working out the way they had hoped as Relics will pop the head of Hades. Automatic gets Abe and a flawless pistol round for the Denial roster.
The clean sweep coming in from Denial on the pistol round, probably riding that confidence from the last game they played against Thorin. Now, we know that was a bit of a mismatch, but nonetheless, they felt pretty good about that game. Had a chance to really get warm, get those shots under control. Mythic, I think, has been on ice for a little bit. They played a game, and then they've been waiting for that other game to end. So maybe not necessarily as warm as they should be. Still, though, it's just the pistol round, and USPs are very strong. We are seeing the Tech 9 buy right now from them, and they're walking their way. We only see 2 Tech 9s, P250s, and a Glock on Hades because he's opting for that smoke. Looks like he's going to try and smoke truck and get the plant. But they're walking their way up alt mid right now, and there's a man, I believe that's in window. Did he just let them pass? See a dot? No, he's right around the corner, close on the edge. He's actually boosted on the roof, and he spots a player out early, but not able to get the frag. Anger jumping down, takes out one. That's Flowsick down, automatic taken out by Abe. And this is a great eco round from Mythic right now. The smoke really playing a big factor. Abe picks up another. That's Sanksington down. And all of a sudden, it's a 5 versus 2. It's on Relics and Valens to clean this up, and they're going to save. Wow, that was a very impressive round from Mythic. Smokes and flashes. They only had 1 smoke and 1 flash, and it did all the dirty work. Anger got the entry frag, and then Abe cleaned up 2 with the P250. And just like that, it's going to be tied up 1-1. And now Denial is going to be forced onto that awkward double eco. I mean, Relics is able to save the FAMAS and Valens with the Nova, but that was quite a round for Mythic.
Yeah, played that very nice, just popping that smoke on a balcony, just flooding on out. We saw Flowsick right on the other side playing truck, got dropped immediately by Anger, and then automatic. I thought he was going to pick up some frags, but it's kind of that moment where you see 4 players and you're not really sure who to shoot at. He started shooting at one and then moved over to another, didn't get that first frag, and then he just tried to kind of hide a little bit up on balcony or on the rooftop overneath, over top of the patio. So anyhow, didn't work out. Didn't work out. It's going to be a 1-1 scoreline, and often we see the second round going in the opposite favor in terms of pistol. One team picks it up, and then the other team brings it back. But it's 90% of the time, T side picks up pistol, and then the CT on this side, basically, they armor up, and they're able to steal that second round. But Mythic, they're going to be doing that on their T side, and that is great for them as just taking control of mid right now, just working it slow. They still have 1:10 left on the clock. Let's see what they decide to do with it.
I think one of the more impressive things about that round was they did it without armor. If I'm not mistaken, none of those players bought armor. It was just pistols. So that in itself is an achievement. And then on Denial, you had M4s on some of the players, so huge money loss from them. And look at Mythic creeping up Arch side right now. Smokes and flashes raining out, but Valens is close with that Nova, able to drop Flom. But it's all on the last man who's in sight. Relics gets 2. Anger and Lex dropped bomb down in sight. Abe is able to trade him out, but big kills coming in there from the CT side, and this looks like we could be seeing that counter eco coming off the heels of those saves. Relics had the FAMAS, Valens had the Nova. So those 2 guns could have potentially changed the round just by saving them. So you can see just how important weapon saves are. Hades with an AK is able to take down Automatic, making it a 2 versus 2. The 4-man pushing in from Apartments is Flowsick. Sanksington, meanwhile, coming around from Moto. He spots the head of Hades and cleans it off. Abe now getting 1. It's now a 1 versus 1. Abe versus Sanksington, and Abe coming out the victor. A much-needed kill there. So Mythic, a sloppy round to say the least, but they do get it. 2-1 is the score. But, wow. The eco trading could be very real in this game.
Yeah, great round from the CTs regardless. That was definitely a winnable round for them, but, well, at least after Relics went huge there on site. I don't think they suspected. They killed the first guy with a Nova. I believe that was Valens, and then Relics still alive on site, just playing very, very passive, waiting for them to push up. So, good work by him, but it does not work out in Denial's favor, as now they are forced to full save here. We see a Deagle on Relics. It's going to be ringing some shots out in mid. As of now, we've got, yeah, just the T's kind of working very slowly. They don't want to give up any silly rounds at this point. Valens actually landing a really nice flashbang there. Had Flum completely blind. Knocked him down to 21 HP, but he will fall back as I don't want to get too peaky here. Being on the CT side, these are very viable rounds to, at the very least, do lots of damage to the T side, but we've seen ecos go the other direction many times as well. So just playing very slow. They've got 3 players stacked up in B. And then they've got Valens and Relics holding towards that A site.
And this could be big. It looks like they're taking the bomb over towards B. Smoke raining out for CT Cross. Like you said, they have 3 players in sight. 1 hiding, playing that peekaboo spot behind the fountain. 1 behind New Box. These players are just holding their position strong until they get into sight. Flow6 spots out the first player. That's angered down. And they need to make a decision quick whether or not they're going to take this. Hades gets the first one before being traded out by Sanksington. They know there's 2 players there. Rotate is on from the 2-man, but Bomb is falling back, opting to go A. And now the 2-man, which is Valens, he's going to be out of position. He's opting to go towards the library. Here comes the push into sight. Relics with a big frag. Lex trading him out. Now it's 2 versus 3. Lex down to 1 HP. Flama at 21. And another very close round here. An eco from Denial working out beautifully. It's all on Lex, who's got 1 HP. He gets 1, traded out by Valens, so a great round there from Denial, making it 2-2 now. And, I mean, after that sloppy round in round number 3, another one in round number 4 going the way of Denial, I have a feeling Mythic is going to be forced to eco here. They have players who are sitting very low on money, to the extent that they're probably going to just stick with Glocks. I mean, you do see Abe picking up an AK. I'm a little bit confused by this force buy. I thought that maybe that made sense to eco. Instead, they're buying up here. I do not support that decision whatsoever.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they just keep that economy of the CT side really low. That's about the only kind of mindset that I can put on this spy. They just want to make sure that they do plenty of damage, if not win the round, obviously. But they want to send this one back in their favor, the momentum now a little bit in Denial side, as they do pick up that eco round, and some nice shooting from that setup in B was great. I really like the way they played Fountain and such, but we see the T's moving up top mid. That's going to be Anger leading that charge. He's going to eat a grenade, though, down to 54 HP already, as he's still a front runner. He's got Hades right behind him. Sanksington trying to beat that corner, gets the first shot, and then that's going to be Abe getting Sanksington. Anger was completely turned away, though, expecting a flashbang. Luckily for him, he didn't pay for it, but it is a 4v4. That's going to be a nice shot by Automatic. He's already peeked out from Archway, takes down Abe. Now it's a 4v3 here. Bomb is planted in the A site. We'll see as the CTs are slowly kind of circling. They want to find their angle to work. They do have a smoke in the T's towards Moto. So Relics, though, goes huge and gets a crazy shot through the smoke. Anger fires back, though, gets a double for himself. It's a 2v2 here. Anger very low on HP. Lex gets 1, though, and it's going to be Relics trying to stick it, but he gets off. Lex finds the frag. And that is the economic damage that they wanted to do. They've been really close in these rounds. They want to keep it up. And we see now that the money situation for the CTs is pretty horrendous.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but early in the round, one of the CTs had an AK, and they bought an M4.
Oh,
So
wow, that's awkward.
they could have saved. They dropped an AK in spine. I noticed that right away. I was like, wait, where'd that AK go? They accidentally bought, or they just thought, oh, we have this. They're going to be ecoing, and we'll buy the rifle because I'd rather have an M4. Who knows? So that's definitely not going to help things. But again, a kind of force buy here. Automatic with the op because he was sitting pretty flush with cash. FAMAS on Relic, Swag 7 on Flowsick. I mean, this buy at least makes a little bit of sense when you're playing the CT side. That's the Swag 7 can be really dangerous, but right now we see Anger opening things up with the kill on Valens, and that's exactly what they need to get into that B bomb site.
Yeah, he had a knife out momentarily, switched back to the pistol and got traded because of it, killed rather because of it. Relics will take down Anger, but the trade's definitely favoring the T's, but that's going to be Sangsington picking one up as the bomb is heading towards this B site, but it's currently only Sangsington here as Automatic still playing towards that A site. He's got an op in hand, and I imagine, yeah, we're going to see Hades getting that frag on the Sangsington and now saving Automatic. He was hanging back, maybe seeing if his buddy could get some picks there. Maybe if he got a frag or two, he would find his way over. But without a kit, this is looking a little bit difficult. He actually has moved all the way. I didn't actually realize I was kind of off of his screen, expecting him to just like run away into a corner. But he did move towards CT, tried to find a pick. Not going to land, though, and now he's going to be saving in Library.
I do find it kind of ironic that a player with the name of Automatic is using a semi-automatic bolt-action rifle. But nonetheless, a decent round from Mythic. They're storming that B site. They lost more players than they probably should have because they took a long time to get that bomb down, and you could actually hear over voice comms in game. A couple of players were not too happy with that. Still, though, they get a round on the board. 4 rounds in their favor right now. It's 4-2 over Denial. If they can get one more round, they're already in the safety zone. 5 rounds on T side of Inferno is be good. I mean, it's not like it's amazing, but that's the healthy point. Anything more than that, then they're just, increasing whatever momentum they have and pushing that into the CT. But if they can get 5 rounds, they'd be happy because that's only recoverable from the C side. And right now, look at this from Denial. 3 men top B already.
Yeah, and they're going to see no action, though, as mid completely contested. Actually close to getting a flashing out, moves out. Back turn, try to get a frag in, but we'll drop Lex down to 50 HP, gets killed in the process as we're going to see that's going to be Valens just hunting on that flank, just running and spraying with his P50. We'll get Abe. And now in a 3v4, they're all stacked up towards this arch side. Are the CTs? We see Hades close on the other side, just playing that cubby spot. He's going to get the first one. Can he get Relics as well here, peeking out? Now will be the headshot. An Automatic once again in an awkward spot. He's only got his up. We'll take down one. Can he get another here? Misses a shot on Flum, jumps, because that's what you do when you miss a shot. You jump, and Flum will put him down because of that. So I believe that's like a reaction that's just like ingrained in every just player. Even no matter good nor bad, you jump if you miss the op shot in their close range, right?
That or you start spinning wildly. You said like back in the day there used to be a command that was like yaw speed, and that was when you would actually hit a button to rotate, like your right arrow key. Now people use another key, and that would make you spin fast. So people will do that, like they'll jump and spin really, really fast, hoping that it somehow manages to avoid the shot. But that was a big frag gifted to Flom, because after the jump, obviously he doesn't really have himself in a position where he can hit a shot, and plus he gave Flom an op. That's a big swing.
Yep. You do not want to give that man an op. He is definitely one of the best out there in North America. No doubt. We'll give him that. We'll give him that for sure. As we see Abe and Hades taking down 2, but Valens with the play here. He gets 1. Can he get Hades as well? Spraying him down to 5 HP. He doesn't finish the frag. As on the other side of the map, we see Lex taking down Flowsick. They're going to try and fire their way out into A, at least a couple of the players here, but Sangsington will take down Lex eventually, still inside a pit. 2v3. They're going to try and take this site. Sangsington trying to stay alive in pit. He's got his buddy on the flank here, but he will get Abe and get another one. Finally goes down. It's all up to Valens in a 1v2.
If I were going to put this on any man, I would put it on Valens. We've seen him do some wild stuff. He had a bit of a ninja play. He gets the first frag on Flom. Now it's a 1 versus 1. It's him versus Hades, and Hades is lit. 5 HP on Hades. They're getting into a bit of a duel here. He's smoked out in pit. Doesn't matter. Valens gets the shot. And like I said, if it was going to be on anyone's shoulders, you'd want it on his. Obviously, one of the most impressive plays we've seen is from Valens, that 1 versus 5 ninja defuse against Area 51 in our last tournament. It's been playing like crazy on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. But, I mean, he had a bit of a ninja play over on Banana as well, holding a really awkward angle behind that smoke, and he was able to pick up a couple frags and do some damage, and ultimately cleaning up the round for Denial. So 5-3, not necessarily a bad score for either side. It's pretty standard that Mythic would have 5 rounds. You just wouldn't expect them to have 5 rounds in round number 9.
Yeah, that's the real issue here. Denial has to work this momentum, and they've got no bank right now. We can look at the money situation. $1,100 on automatic. That is the most money that they have on a player. So not a great situation here, and if they can end some of these rounds flawlessly, that would be fantastic for their economy. I'm stating the obvious here, but they definitely want to start working that kind of CT side momentum that we see on Inferno quite often. But Mythic showing that they are not slouches on the T side of Inferno. They're doing work here. 5 rounds, as gonna have 3 of them actually taking control of upper mid. So Lex actually heads up into Boiler. Abe will now follow. And actually, no, he's going to just continue controlling that real estate here, as they've yet to actually commit to a site. But this is what we see good teams do on the T side. They spread out, they work back and forth, they find an opening and then try and utilize it. Or fake, or double fake. There's so many mind games to be played on Inferno.
And one of those games that you're seeing right now is the double smoke at top of Banana. This is pretty much standard play from the CT side. It buys you so much time. Look at the clock. There's 25 seconds left. Smoke's going to fade in a few seconds. There's only going to be about 18 seconds left on the clock for them to get in. Valens is just going to pre-flash, which is wise from him. Doesn't matter. Hades is already around the corner. Automatic and Relics respond with kills. Lex and Hades are down. But you can see just how much the smoke plays. 8 seconds left. They got to get in sight and get the plant down just in the nick of time. Flom dropping Relics in sight. Relics needed to come up big there. He goes down. Now it's a 3 versus 3 retake, but the time on this map is just the most insane part about it. Smoke play on Inferno is crazy. Sanctington's going to pick up a frag on Abe. Flowsig drops Anger. Automatic taking down Flom almost simultaneously, so the retake James Bond style precision, and that's going to be round number 4 for Denial. Coming into round 10, we're going to see a 5-4 scoreline, so I think Mythic has now lost, is that 4? What was the score at? I think they've lost 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Lost, for Mythic side, it's 2 in a row now for Denial. They picked up the last 2 rounds, and then before that we had Mythic going 3 in a row.
Okay, I was having a hard time keeping track because it has been a bit of back and forth. Like, even the rounds that were won were very close rounds.
Yeah, certainly. They've been really back and forth, and that's always, if you can make Inferno into this kind of dogfight, it's obviously always going to favor this T side. The CT side should be able to get the majority of rounds, but we see Mythic. They are up, but we do have 2 in a row from the Denial lineup, and that last one looked fairly convincing, especially on that retake. Obviously, before that, a little bit up in the air there, but we are going to see a bit of an A-side play. Heading up into apps, they've got 4 of their players still working mid as Hades, but the rest of them grouped up in apps, and it's kind of a half buy here as they've got Anger and Abe utilizing those Tech 9s, but they are going to be moving forward oh so slowly. Hades going to be smoking on top of truck. Flashbangs come out as well. Sanctington going to be the one to watch here as he gets 2, but Lex finally takes him down, and Flowsick in the process went down as well, so Hades gets an easy peasy one onto automatic as he's still staring towards pit. It's going to be a 2v3 retake. Relics and Valens, this is another important round for them. They need to get these rounds on the board. Hades playing very close top mid here. Just pops the head of Relics as he comes around the corner. And now it's Valens. 1v3. Like you said previously, it's a man you want to have, but Hades puts him down. And Hades, you could see, a complete mastermind behind that. He was the one that was all alone at mid when they decided to head out into that A site. He smoked off truck, sent some flashbangs in as well, and then just played those angles where you're just hoping to catch the rotator. So good work by him. He's not necessarily being like the glory player there. He's actually just being kind of a bit of a lurk, and worked out really well for the Mythic now on 6 rounds. Eco round here for Denial.
Yeah, I'd say that one of the most underrated in-game leaders in North America as far as the invite level is concerned is Hades. He's taken 2 teams to invite and then been removed from the team, whether it was him leaving or them voting him out. And he's actually playing against his former roster, sort of. This was the pure lineup that he played with and ESCAP. He took them to the ESCAP victory over TST. Now he's actually playing with some of those guys in the form of Anger and Abe. But, I mean, I'd say his mind is very strong. He's a great rifler as well. I'd say that he doesn't get the respect that he probably deserves, and you can see it in the tactical play from Mythic. A couple of their smokes that they've made have been really impressive. We do see, though, this eco round from Denial, very strong. Clean up 2 kills on Lex and Anger, almost taking down Abe. It was a pretty good eco from Denial. Not amazing. Could have been if they took down Abe, but that's now 7-4. Mythic over Denial right now on the T side of Inferno. This is a best of 1. So the winners will move on. Something we probably haven't even touched upon this whole time. We've just assumed that you guys knew. So obviously, very important for both teams to win this.
Yeah, round number 12, Mythic running away with things here. Rifles on the board for Denial. Another very important round for them as they've got no money in the bank. These have been close rounds, though. Like we've been saying, Mythic doesn't have a ton of bank, but with 7 rounds in the half on the T side at this point, you're feeling all right regardless. Even if you don't got anything in the bank, you're still living the dream here. So they're going to contest as Flosic tries to get a frag onto Abe. Actually puts him down very low, but will get cross-fired as Lex takes him down. And Automatic kind of now the lone soldier on side of the site, and smokes and flashes coming out. He's going to be playing from truck. Doesn't take down Lex, drops him very low, but need to get those frags as Valens switches over to the burst fire and takes down Lex. Sangsington gets Flom as well. Now it's a 3v3 as they're about to plant the bomb at this site, but Abe takes down Sangsington as well, so Valens gonna have to come up big here. Again, the sneaky play moves up towards site. Hades takes him down though, and now it's Relics in a 1v3.
I think that one shot from Abe was actually through the smoke. I don't know who threw that smoke, but it actually favored the CTs. It was so far up on Moto that they could get out of library and get in towards the site, and it almost worked for Valens, but he wasn't able to get the frag. Meanwhile, though, Relics does spot one out and makes it a 1 versus 2. Both players are lit. 59 HP between Abe and Hades. And here comes Relic pushing around truck. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Abe versus Relics, but there's not enough time. Relics has no kit, so he's going to pick up an op and try to retreat. And that's another round for Mythic on the board. 8 rounds now on the T side, way more than you need. This is a pretty CT-sided map, so I'd say that Mythic is probably very happy.
And they've got a great setup for this as well, being Flom in their op. When they switch over to that CT side, they're a strong CT-sided team. We were talking about how Hades is very good in-game leader. That translates over to CT as well. So definitely we're going to see some impressive play from them coming up on the CT side. So I would be worried if I was Denial here, as they're forced again onto an awkward... They're going to be doing a bit of a buy. At least Automatic gets a full nade set in armor. Denial Relics. Sorry, I decided to read his team name just how it was actually written. Relics gets a nice frag there, and Automatic picks up one as well as he gets very aggressive. Inside of Apps, Abe still on the other side of the smoke, pushes down, and that's going to be his demise as Flom takes down Valens as well. It's a 3v3 here. Some early picks for the CTs, but coming back is Mythic.
We do see Relics with the op, and they're hinging the round on his performance. If he can get a couple frags, put some rifles in their hands, that'd be big. But right now, Mythic's kind of spreading themselves out and just trying to get some information. Abe over towards mid, Flosic right around the corner, and Boiler. Flom deep in mid with that op, and it looks like they're going to be opting for a B play. Here comes the peek from Flosic, and he hits the shot through the pole. I am a big fan of getting rid of that stupid pole. Flom hits a great shot, and Flosic's down to 16 HP. It makes no sense for it to be there. It needs to get removed. Please, Valve. It's like the fence on Cat on Mirage. Just get rid of it already. Relics is going to find a shot. Sangsington peeks right through the smoke, ripping the head off Flom and taking down Abe finally. But again, that wouldn't have happened more than likely if they picked that guy in mid, and it all came down to a stupid... there's no point for that light to be there, and if it weren't there, that's the frag on A. Probably would have changed the way they went. Instead, they lose the round.
Yeah, Denial picking up a good round there as Relic's the only one equipped with the op. The rest of them with pistols. That's going to be some momentum for them, but how much momentum is the question. And we're going to find out here if they're able to string these together, get it to an 8-7 half, as technically there's no way they can win this half now. Mythic on 8. The best they can hope for is 7. So we've got 2 rounds left here. It's actually going to be the T's kind of pushing up very aggressive mid. Abe has been able to clear all the way up through Arch, and now takes down Sangsington at Arch. Automatic going to be alive in Graveyard. Goes down immediately. Low Flowsick takes down Abe. Anger getting the frag onto Valens. And now Relics and I was going to say Flowsick, but Hades puts an end to him as well. So Relics alive in a 1v4. Feeling a little bit lonely right now. He's got an AWP in his hand, but Flom, he wants it. He wants it, but he's not going to get it this round as Relics will take him out. In a 1v3, he is most certainly just going to save this weapon. Bomb has been planted, so there is time for them to come out and hunt here. But Mythic, they're looking very strong on this T side. All that momentum is going to help them, obviously, on that CT side. And already being a CT-sided map, I could see Mythic closing this out. But Denial, we'll see if they have any fight left in them. They were able to get that last round, and that was very, very little equipment for them. We'll see how their T side works out. But Relics, is he going to be able to survive here is the question. He's got players coming very, very close. Lex goes down. Now, 2 players still alive coming from Banana. It's going to be Hades and Anger as they're trying to cut the corners here, but Hades now pushing inside. They're going to try and make this work, but Hades finally takes him down, and that means no AWP for the final round of this half.
That was an eco round from Mythic, and they cleaned that up pretty easily. Getting some frags to open up a rifle early in the round. Abe went nuts, got a double kill with that AK, and then the rest was history. The round just fell apart for Denial. Now they're going to be sitting at a very awkward bye for the last round of the half. So round 15, we see Valens with a P250, a 5.7 on Sangsington and Automatic, and then M4s on Relics and Flowsick. Not a lot of nades to work with, and not even head armor on all these players. I mean, obviously, you're facing up against the AKs. You're not really concerned with head armor so much. Look at Valens again playing a strong angle behind the smoke, but you have to wonder how much of a difference is it going to make. They're already down 9 rounds on the CT side of Inferno. They really needed to get more than this.
Yeah, as we've got 1 minute and 5 left on the clock here. Denial definitely wants to at least get this last one, make it a 9-6 half, and hopefully take pistol. But Flowsick getting 2. Flom fires back, gets Automatic and Flowsick, as he's going to be able to take control of top mid. Sangsington actually, I believe he got legged or hit through the pillar. One of the two. 24 HP on him, as he's still posted up near truck side, but Flom drops him through the pillar there. And now it's Relics and Valens. Valens on the flank, and he's actually opting to just go for the frags here and actually drops the bomb, and now Relics getting a frag as well. This turned around very quickly. It's all up to Anger, and he's going to try and hunt for Valens. Knows that he's towards Banana, but Valens just running all the way back. Anger with the bomb. He's going to be able to hear him as Valens. Valens now playing close in sight. Jumping, though. Anger gets the AK shot, and now he's going to be able to plant. Relics moving as quickly as he can. Doesn't have a kit here. Has no utility, no flashbangs, no anything. Anger, on the other hand, is going to be able to utilize that flashbang. Nice dodge by Relics, and that's going to give Relics the information he needs to know the location of Anger. Taps the bomb. Now Anger needs to be a little bit worried here. Does have a Tech 9 in hand. Walking out back towards front of sight. He's worried because obviously the bomb would have been defused already if he just straight went for it. But Relics makes the shot happen. Anger had his crosshairs pinned on Relics, and he makes that flick shot happen. Relics goes huge. Is he going to get the defuse? He just barely gets it. So 9-6 here as Relics clutches that round. A much needed one as they've lost that half, but with 6, we'll see. If they win pistol and those anti-ecos, we could have an even score line. And that's what Denial's hoping for at this point.
Wow. I mean, that's a big round. You can't underestimate the difference between 10-5 and 9-6. I mean, I know it's one round, but it's a big swing. Like you said, if Denial wins pistol, now it's a tie score if they can get those rounds chained together. If they won pistol at 10-5, then it's 10-8. They're still down 2 rounds. So there's a lot in that one round. So the fact that they were able to get that, and not only that, they won a round that probably should have gone the way of Mythic, that's going to be big because there's that mental game. Right now, though, we are going to see those USPs on the side of Mythic. They didn't look so hot on the T-side pistol round. And you can see already Hades down to 4 HP. Looks like they're opting for a B play here. They have 4 players over a Banana. One holding the bomb. Still, though, a bit of a slow play from Denial. They know they lit up Hades in mid, and they're just trying to get some information if they can. There's 2 men on B. That's Lex and Anger, both holding from insight. And now they're going to get smoked out. Nades are going to rain out, but not do too much damage. Hades finally getting polished off by Relics, but he's going to be able to let his team know that he is wrapping through construction. Bomb gets planted in that smoke, so good play there to get that bomb down. Anger is going to drop Valens, but gets traded out by Flowsick. Lex playing in sight, able to find the head of Sangsington. Abe gets one as well. Flom is dropped by Flowsick. Automatic taken down Abe. Now it's on Lex. 1 versus 2. Gets the one tap onto Automatic. And now it's a 1 versus 1. He picks up the Glock. He has a kit in hand. And it's a matter of who's going to peek. And is Relics going to peek this? Does he know that he's got a kit? Ooh, so close. Lex, the cheeky play there, trying to get that defuse, hoping that Relics would not expect it stick. But around in favor of Denial, and now there's that tie score we were talking about potentially.
Yeah, and Relic's going massive once again. 1v1 situation. He comes up with the clutch. So Lex trying to stick that bomb. Pros don't fake, but Relics, he's not going to fake either. Goes for the shot, makes it happen. And now we're seeing a 9-7 scoreline here. I love that play from Denial, though. Smoke off front site, get that bomb planted in the smoke, and then have people pushing into CT. And basically, you can leave site. That's fine. They can control site. They need to get control of front site where you just planted the bomb, and that's where all the terrorists are residing. So good strat from them as they pick up the second pistol round of this match. So remember back, they took a very, very handily one-sided pistol round for the first round of this game. I think it was next to Flawless. I think it was Flawless. I think it was 5 frags for the CT side. So this is going to be Denial picking up their second pistol round. That should be enough. Like, picking up pistol round should give you enough to win these matches, but we'll find out here. Mythic kind of strong-arming their way in those rifle rounds and getting the arm lead, the round lead, as we are just seeing a very slow play here. 45 seconds left on the clock, but it does look like they're getting a pick on that A side, but the bomb is situated towards B.
Now, we saw Denial win the pistol round in the first half. Obviously, Mythic countered that with a great eco round in the second round there. Doesn't look like that's happening right now, though. Already dropping 2 players, Hades and Flom. But this is the CT side. They can afford to lose pistol and let Denial tie it up. I mean, you don't want the tie score, but it's better to have a tie score on the CT side than on the T side, obviously, because you know that the map is favored towards you. And when it comes into the first buy, we'll be able to see what the map is going to play like in the second half. So it's not necessarily a bad news bears for Mythic right now. Abe down to 3 HP and Anger at 100 with a deagle. They're just trying to find some frags if they can make something happen with this eco. Anger gets the 1 deag onto Abe. It gets dropped by Flowsick. So not exactly the kill they were looking for.
Hey, work the crossfire, man. Work the crossfire. Wait, what? I'm dead? Yeah, not that kind of crossfire. Maybe a little bit too cross. So that's going to be the round here. Denial picking up another one. They're making their way back to this tie scoreline. 9-8 is the situation, as once again we're seeing a B-side stack from the Mythic lineup. Let's see if they decide to actually push down Banana quick, or no, they're just literally lining up firing squad for them, just standing right on the other side. As soon as you would breach towards site, they are very, very close. But that nade, ooh, that could have done a lot of damage, but they're going to be able to get 1 here. Abe gets 2, actually. Firing back, though, are the T's. It's an even player count. Again, 3 CTs near B bomb site, and the Denial lineup does not know this, as Valens will be able to get 1 with the Rec 9, and rotating back, we do see Abe all the way back near Library, but the T's have not really moved very much. They're just kind of staying where they're at, working the aggression of the CTs, and now it's a 1v3 with Abe stuck in Library near A.
Yeah, Abe in a 1 versus 3. I mean, he's got 2 kills on this eco. That's not bad. Automatic down to 6 HP. And he does have the bomb, so if he could maybe find that kill, that'd be big and would open things up a little bit more. But right now, he's just kind of creeping around with his P250. He really needs to just get 1 more kill. Not because they absolutely need it, but because that money game. The money game is so big. If they can drop Automatic and do that much more damage to the economy of Denial, the guns that they've saved right now, Flowsick and Valens, both with the Galils, obviously they'll try and grab that AK, but it doesn't look like he's going to even be in a position to do that, so there's no point in even finishing my thought. As now it's going to be 9-9, Mythic and Denial all tied up, but we're going to be coming into that first buy round from Mythic, and then things will be much different.
Abe looking to sprint, hoping to grab some sort of rifle or some kind of equipment here, but not going to work out. As 9-9 the scoreline. We're tied up here. Denial versus Mythic. Mythic obviously on that favored side, so we'll see if they can put work to it, as they aren't going to be able to rifle up here. M4s across the board. No money for that AWP on Flom, but I do suspect if we see some round victories from the Mythic lineup, they'll be equipping him as soon as they can. And at the moment, we've got 4 of the T players heading up alt mid. Be working up towards Apps here, Automatic leading that charge, and we do see Abe actually, M4 in hand, will be holding. Automatic peeks out, nice crouch peek. Automatic suspecting someone might be holding an angle there, but Flom is going to be tested now in sight, gets one. Lights up another one in Flowsick, but that's going to be Hades dropping him. Sangsington takes down Hades, so the site is completely clean. And now it's Lex and Anger in a 2v3 where they need to make this happen here.
Yeah, at this point, you don't want to give Denial too many rounds. You don't want them to build up that economy. They're at 9-9. This is the perfect round to kind of swing things around, and it kind of is a 2 versus 2, but with Sangsington solo on HP, but they're opting to save. They want to hold on the M4s. Anger with body armor, Lex with a couple nades and a defuse, maybe a smart play here, as they're going to be coming into that mixed buy that potentially could work. If they can make that work, I mean, then you'd be sitting at a tie score of 10-10. Lex is going to find the frag onto Relics, so that's good. Makes it a little bit better of a round for Mythic, but still, 10-9, Denial has the lead, and I think that's the first time since Pistol Round. So exactly the same as the game I solo casted not that long ago. The first time that Denial has had the lead was Pistol Round, 1-0, and then it was all downhill from there. So, not bad for Denial to finally take that lead back.
Certainly, and we'll see if they can continue, as will be a force up on the Mythic side. Obviously, they were able to save 2 of those weapons. Now we've got Flom, Abe, able to pick up kind of some lesser weapons there. Abe rocking the Swag 7, playing a nice angle with it, though, up in apartments. Flom will have a FAMAS. He's actually going to opt to pass through that firebomb, the Molotov that was halfway up Banana, now playing very close here. And they pre-fired him. He has no idea that they're through, and he's going to get 2. They still don't know. 3 frags going in the favor of the CTs, and finally Valens fires back here. But that's going to be some nice play from the CT lineup. Flom was fully blind. They were running right past them. He was able to make some damage, though. And that's going to be himself and Lex cleaning up. Now Valens in a 1v4. They are going to peek him. Anger gets the frag, and that's the kind of round Mythic was hoping for. They've got 4 left alive, rifles on everybody. Now they can kind of secure some bank, but Denial, on the other hand, they still have bank to work with. They will be equipped in this round.
Yeah, and Relics is going to need a drop, so that's going to affect the economy to a certain extent. I would imagine, I think that Valens was sitting on about 10k, so my guess is that Valens is the one that dropped him. But because of that team buy, the need to toss an AK to a teammate, it's going to push them into eco territory sooner rather than later. And look at this, some quick play over on B. Lex tosses a molly out and tries to hold it off. Gets in good position. Flom and Lex getting a decent crossfire. Anger chiming in as well as Flom gets dropped by Relics. Anger taking down Relics in automatic. Now it's on Valens. Again, the last man standing. Picks up Anger, but now it's a 1 versus 3. Bomb on Banana, and Relics does pick it up. Valens does pick it up. He's down to 43 HP. Lex right on the other side of Plywood by the car. He sees that Molly rains out, knows that the player is still there, and dodges that flash perfectly, picking up the frag. And now that's 11-10. Mythic retakes that lead. And Denial not going to be looking so hot money-wise. I don't know what they're going to opt for here. Probably a save, as only one player on the team can really safely buy. You do see the Tech 9s going out. I'd imagine Valens is dropping a couple, trying to balance out the money. The most important thing when you're playing CSGO is not just how much money you have, it's how balanced it is. So sometimes you come into a round like this, Valens sitting on 4K, he's going to buy pistols for his teammates so that the money across the board is balanced.
I feel like for the past 2 rounds, like, we missed some sort of truce that Mythic and Denial were like, okay, just go head to head, just like duke it out in Banana for these next 2 rounds. That's gonna be where everybody goes, because we just saw 2 crazy rounds where literally that's all Denial. Denial had been working some other sites well, but opted to go Banana 2 rounds in a row. Make it 3 here, as 3 players now down. Kensington and Relic still alive, but they got Flom on the flank here. That's gonna be an easy round for Mythic. As yeah, they were working some other decent strategies, and they opted to just kind of push down Banana twice there. Actually, sorry, again, that was the third round, so 3 times in a row, not working out for them. I'd like to see some other plays from Denial, as they were looking decent, obviously, on those anti-ecos you expect as much, but we'll see here if they can get back into this, because Mythic, they're looking to pull away.
Now, something we talked about in Denial's first game is that their in-game leader, if I'm not mistaken, is Slemmy, and the fact is he's not here. And on Inferno T side, you need leading so bad. Because
really do.
The B side is easy to go to. It's an easy target. You just run up one area of the site and just smoke CT and there you're in. But it doesn't necessarily work that way. And the A site is like, there's a lot of coordination required, and you can see that they're kind of flopping when they try to go A, so they're just trying to force the issue at B, and it's not working. Right now, they're already down 2 players as well, Automatic and Flow6, so things not working out in this round either, and it looks like it could very well be 13-10 in favor of Mythic. So, I mean, right now, Denial is really struggling to find that leadership that is required for this map.
Yeah, 3 players left here, and those early frags just work out so well for Mythic. Just destroying the execution before it even begins just leaves Denial in a really rough spot. So 3 of them left alive. We've got Relics actually heading towards Banana, and this would be, at least from our point of view, the place to hit, as there is a smoke grenade obviously covering right now. We've got a firebomb on Lex, and as I speak, Anger on his way back. So momentarily, they only had 1 player in Lex in sight, but now Anger will be moving over to construction here. Sangsington takes down Lex. So it's all up to Anger as he is playing from Spindle, gets a nice frag as it's going to be 2 Ts left. Valens taking significant damage through the smoke, down to 45. Relics on 62 as it's going to be 1 frag in the favor of the Ts, but firing back Valens will go down. It's all up to Relics. He gets another nice shot there. 2K thus far. Has to get 2 more, though, if he wants to secure this round. Again, 2 HP. He's trying to get peaky on Anger over here as Abe actually still way far behind. Gets the frag. Now in a 1v1. Abe knows his location. Can he get it? He gets the spray down. Abe finishes the round, but 39 HP on Abe. He was able to connect there, but not the headshot he was looking for on, Relics, unfortunately. Dropping that round, and he's been that clutch king that we've seen that kind of has kept Denial, especially in the last round of the half and coming into the pistol, kept the dream alive for Denial, but that round didn't work out in their favor, and now, 13-10, running out of opportunities here is Denial.
Yeah, this is danger zone for Denial. They have to win this round because they're really putting a lot of bank into this round right now. You can see $100 collectively from their players after buying up. If they lose this, they're going to be stuck in a really bad situation with their money, possibly putting Mythic on the match point 15-10. So this is a must-win round, but I just don't know how they're going to do it. Mythic's hold on B has been so strong, and they haven't really had the execute proper for A, so I just don't know how this is going to come together for them. They're going to have to come up with some insane frags, or Mythic's going to have to make a mistake in order for these rounds to come together for Denial.
See a nice smoke coming in from, I believe that was Hades. He's playing Arch side, sends it over towards Carr, helping out those B players, and that really does help out as we see Anger, Lex. They still actually have 1 smoke and a Molotov between the 2, so Anger is going to be dropping that Molotov. Now Lex, 45 seconds left on the clock, and you have a full smoke here. So you've completely shut down this avenue, unless they're just going to be throwing it right through the smoke, but that's going to be a really rough spot, and it leaves basically just A as the option. We can see that Anger, he's thinking about rotating. He hasn't yet, but just in his movement, he's thinking about it, but they're going to be sailing a smoke over here. Some nades coming into the B site, and it's going to be a bit of a split, actually, because they've got Flowsick making noise over on A. Anger, Flom getting frags. Relics going to try and make it happen here, as he will be able to pick up 1 automatic by his side. Gets 1 as well, gets dropped. Pushing through the smoke, though. It was Hades thinking about it. 2v3 as the bomb is being planted.
Hades with a little bit of bunny hop there, coming around from construction, drops Relics. I think what he was trying to do there was delay the bomb plant. Doesn't matter. Abe cleans up the last kill on Valens. And there's that round we talked about they couldn't afford to lose. The money on Denial is just atrocious. They're not really going to have much of anything. I mean, actually, it's not that bad. I spoke too soon.
The loss bonus.
Yeah, I forgot about the loss bonus. So it's not as bad as it should have been, but even still, it's I mean, they're just their backs are against the wall. You know, even if they win this round here, I don't see a situation where Mythic's gonna let them chain two together because they've been playing so tight and so disciplined is the word I'm looking for. They've been playing exactly how you need to play this map, and even though they got the bomb plant in that round, it was just well played. Like Hades, you saw him; he wanted to push that smoke, but after he thought about it, he knows, you know, if I die here, that makes the retake that much harder. Better that I back off. And he tried. He almost could have delayed the bomb, and there was 10 seconds left, so any delay is big. Instead, he backs off, waits for his backup. They retake the site with ease. So Mythic has been playing this very solid, very disciplined. Denial's going to have to pull something out of a hat here to make this come together.
And here they go. It's going to be a fight towards that A site coming off through truck side, actually. Valen's just waiting in the smoke towards Arch, but no one's going to be contesting over there. Well, at least not pushing. Anger is there. Flom starts things off, gets the first frag. Relics on the bench. That's their clutch king that they really need to come up huge, but not going to be the case as Anger and Abe get two more. It's going to be automatic going down. Flowsick in a 1v4 will get dropped as well, and that might be the end here as Denial. They've let Mythic get onto match point. Mythic, they're doing very, very well for themselves on this CT side, and now we see, although they were able to, or they weren't able to get the bomb plant, rather, they don't have a heck of a lot of money, whereas the round before, they got that bomb plant and the loss bonus. They had enough for AKs and such. Not really the case in this round, as we see Galils across the board, Valens with the Rec 9.
Yeah, obviously they're going to force up whatever they can get, they're going to put in their hands, but 15-10 and a kind of awkward buy from Denial. I gotta give the nod to Mythic here. Their play has been so solid on the CT side. Their T side was solid as well. I mean, the rounds they lost on the T side were actually pretty close, and they picked up an eco or two as well. Anger getting aggressive on Banana, able to find automatic, dropping it to 4 players. Bomb is over on Banana. There's 2 alt mid, 1 boosting into the window. I believe that is Sanksington. Yes, it is. So there's some play going on in mid here, but it's already a 5 versus 4. 55 seconds left on the round. The clock is ticking away here for Denial, and it's time running out. Looks like Mythic could be taken away 16-10 unless Denial really makes something happen here in round number 26.
Looks like it could be a B-side play. Another smoke going down from Lex inside a site. Anger and Lex, they're not out at utility as Lex will use his firebomb here, but they're pushing out already. He's not aware of it, and he will be able to get one with fire, one with a headshot. Flowsick making that happen here. Flom, though, putting down Flowsick, and that looks like it could be the end here. Valens in a 1v3. He might catch Hades, but no, Hades puts him down, and Mythic will take the match. 16-10 the scoreline as Mythic will be moving on in the Katowice qualifier. So good on them.